On this episode of Game Days Best are highlights from the last two game days, which occurred on July 10th and July 13th. The July 10th games featured Fog versus Waves and Waves versus Cobras. July 13th was a doubleheader between the Express and the Lynx. We will start from the beginning with Waves versus Fog. This was the Fog's last game of their season. Chase Johnson in the mix for multiple awards this season, including possibly MVP, looking to boost his stats a little bit more in this last game. Here's Sean McFarland getting the Fog up early, 9-0. They scored 10 in the first. We're skipping to the fourth. Here's a run-scoring triple from Zach Warren, a rare error by Sean McFarland. And then check out this curveball by Chase Johnson, one of the most incredible pitches you'll see all season. Curveball high and outside. It was clocked at 80 miles an hour. Anthony Nussbaum pitched for the Waves, and he actually did really well in the second and third inning, but that first inning when he gave up 10, and then this fourth inning when he started getting hit and missing the zone all over the place, walked in a lot of runs. Fog got that comfortable lead in the first and then ran away with it here in the fourth. Final score was 29-6. Chase had a real nice game pitching and fielding. McFarland had 2 hits, a home run, 10 RBIs. The rest of the batting on both sides was decent, and the Fog finished 7-1 with this win. Now on to the second game of July 10th, Waves versus Cobras. Cobras still looking for their first win of the season. In the first inning, Keegan Hammer gives up a couple doubles, this one here to Zach Warren, and then the rookie Brody Lamb gets one on this fly ball in the sweet spot. Hammer does a nice job of staying composed though, gets out of the first inning with only 1 run allowed. Waves decide to let Brody Lamb have a chance in the circle, and right away he impresses with a very nice rise ball. Only gives up 1 run in the first frame. Now in the second, Waves up 4-1. Anthony Nussbaum rips a grand slam, makes it 8-1. Bottom half of the second, Brody Lamb gets through it with no runs allowed. Couple more really nice rise balls. Third inning, however, Cobras start board watching, demand that Lamb starts hitting the strike zone on every pitch, and he doesn't do it. They get all the way back into this game and even take the lead. Here's me hitting a double that actually was more of an error from Lamb, and Nussbaum miscommunicating on who was going to catch that ball. In the fourth inning, Cobras now up 17-10. Keegan Hammer, no damage in the fourth, and Brody Lamb refines his groove in the bottom half. It's 10-18 in the fifth. Waves getting back in a little bit, 14-18. Zach Warren hits a double there, scores 2, makes it 16-18. And the Waves get another one. They're down by only 1 with bases loaded and no outs. But then Keegan Hammer goes 1, 2, and 3 to win the game. He had a really tough season, but what a way for him to close it out there and go out on a high note. Looking at the stats, the Cobras didn't play particularly well at all, but managed to win. Waves batted pretty decently. Warren had a solid game. Minus that third inning, Lamb's pitching was really good. There's no doubt that this kid has a lot of potential. It's reasonable to think that he could even become the Waves ace of the future. But for JL 23, that is it for the Waves. They finished 3-5. Cobras finish 1-7. All right, let's go to the July 13th games. Lynx Express doubleheader game 1. No Tegan Connors for the Lynx in these games, so Josh Burkhart starts in game 1, does a pretty nice job for them overall, gets through the first inning with no runs allowed. Connor Vermilya starts for the Express. Here's McKinley Franklin hitting a bases clearing triple off of him. We skip to the third. It's 10-3 Lynx. Here's Mateo Vajansky hitting a 2-run homer. But in the bottom of the third, the Lynx are going to get it back and more with a few hits of their own. Here's a double by Alan Luff, and then a 3-run homer from Josh Burkhart. In the bottom of the 4th inning, Lynx threatened to score more, but a really nice fielding snag, one-handed there by Caden Schultz. Plus, a couple nice strikeouts from Vermillion keep their score at 18. In the 5th inning, the Express need 8, and with 2 outs, they start to make a rally. Here's a bases-clearing triple for Connor Vermillion, cuts the lead to 4. And then Vajansky scores another with a single. Caden Schultz hits a double that scores 1. The lead is down to 2. Finally, Josh Burkhart gets Vermillion to swing at a bad pitch. Lynx win Game 1 18-16. Burkhart carried the load for the Lynx. His pitching was pretty decent for a backup. Batting-wise, he had a great game. 5 hits, a homer, 8 RBIs. On the Express side, Connor Vermillion played pretty hard, did his best pitching, and had some nice fielding plays. Vajansky had a couple of good hits, but it was just too little too late for the Express. Let's go to game number 2 of the doubleheader. Josh Burkhart spent all his energy in that first game, so he would not be pitching in this one. Express know that means they'd have a great chance to win. But in the top of the first, the Lynx build a 10-0 lead with a grand slam on that last highlight by McKinley Franklin, and then a triple there from Josh Burkhart. In the bottom of the first, Alan Luff starts for the Lynx, and he gets through the inning with only 2 runs allowed. Shocking start to this one. In the top of the second, Connor Vermillion has a very nice inning in the circle. No runs allowed. Express needed it badly, and then in the bottom of the second, McKinley Franklin goes to pitch for the Lynx, and here's where the Wrecking Crew make their comeback. All the players just start teeing off on him. To be honest with you, I don't know why they didn't just leave Alan Luff in the game. By the end of the second inning, Missouri leads by 7. Here's a really nice catch by Caden Schultz on a liner from Josh Burkhart. Later, Connor Vermillion gets out of the third with no damage allowed again. They go back to Alan Luff in the circle. In the 3rd inning, he only gives up 2 again. In the 4th inning, the Lynx need to score some runs. This triple by Burkhart does that, scores 2. It's 12-19 in the bottom of the 4th. Bases loaded, nobody out. Caden Schultz hits a triple, scores 3, and then Connor Vermillion decides he wants to attempt to steal the runner from third home. So they line up for the play. The throw is in from Alan Luff, but Connor is caught stealing. Here's a replay. It was very close. McKinley Franklin making that tag right before he touches the bag. But right after that, Connor Vermillion gets revenge with a homer. At the end of the inning, Alan Luff makes maybe the best catch of the season. Look at that again. In slow motion, jumping over the home run line, backpedaling one-handed. Pretty incredible, great stuff there from Alan Luff. In the 5th inning, Toodles lineup makes a little bit of a rally, but it's not near enough. Vermillion closes this thing out. Express win 29-17. They get that first and only win of the season. Lynx finish 5-3. Here were the stats. Another great batting game from Burkhart. 5 more hits, 2 triples. Alan Luff, I mean, he had a great fielding game, but also look at those pitching numbers. I wonder if this game might have turned out differently had he thrown the whole way. Connor Vermillion and Caden Schultz absolutely teed off on McKinley Franklin. Their stat lines were ridiculous. It was not a successful season for the Express, but at least they got to go out swinging away and having a little fun with the bat. And so that concludes this episode of Game Day's Best. I'm Commissioner Cale Johnson. As always, thank you for watching.